Hello students, Jai Swaminarayan. I am Urvish Mewada, Assistant Professor, Electrical Department, Sri Swaminarayan Institute of Technology, Bhat Gandhinagar. I am subject matter of testing and commissioning of electrical equipment, which is in the 8th semester electrical engineering, and GTU subject code of this subject is 2180901. Students, this is my fourth lecture for testing and commissioning of electrical equipment. In last three lectures we have finished the chapter number 1, that is safety management, in which we have discussed different parameters related to the safety management, and the what is electric shock, what is earthing, types of earthing, what is soil resistivity, and how to measure the soil resistivity, that we discussed in the lecture number 1, 2 and 3. Now this is my lecture number 4, and this is we are starting with the fresh new chapter number 2, that is installation of electrical equipment. So let us discuss how installation of electrical equipments can be done. So this is our unit number 2, lecture number 1, topic number 1, that is alignment of electrical machines. Now what do you mean by alignment? Alignment means both. Here we are talking about an instrument which are driving other instruments. So one instrument is a driving instrument and the second instrument will be the driven instrument. So basically in electrical engineering, we couple electrical motors with some other utilities. So we have to keep in mind the alignment between the machines. So let us discuss alignment of electrical machines and how it is important for electrical engineering. So let us start with the alignment of electrical machine. So in a rotating electrical machine, normally there is driving, other is a driven machine. So first machine is called the driving machine and the second machine is called driven machine. Both are coupled mechanically. So it is all about, or we can say, we have to maintain an alignment between that two machine, means driving machine and the driven machine. And if alignment is not proper, then what happened, that we are going to discuss in this topic. So let us discuss. Both the machines are to be coupled together mechanically. So it is essential that the axis of both the machines remain at the straight line. So what happen if the if an axis between the driving machine and the driven machine is not proper, then what happen, let us discuss. So over here you can see that these two machines are coupled together mechanically. So one of the machine, means electrical machine, we are giving input as a electrical engineer, electrical supply, and the output of the machine will be we can say, we will get the motion at the shaft, and that motion we will use for a driven mechanism. It would be means any centrifugal pump or whatever it will be. So this is what it is called an alignment between these two. So over here you can see that both are at different axes. So means alignment is improper in this both the cases. Over here you can see that this machine is slightly tilted. So this is what the alignment is. In this machine both are is at same axis, so that this is the proper alignment between those two, driving and the driven machine. Now if alignment is not proper, then what happened, you can see from this this picture. So you can see that there is a vibration between these two machines, and due to this vibration many adverse effects occur or generates in the driving machine as well as the driven machine. So if the alignment is improper, then this two machine will get vibrated like this. From this image you can easily clearly see that the how alignment is important in the case of driving machine and the driven machine, in the case of electrical engineering as well as the mechanical engineering. Now over here you can see that this is what the proper alignment is. This are means if you want to measure an alignment between these two, then we are having number of devices through which we can measure an alignment between driving machine and the driven machine. So this three image defines the alignment and what are the effects of the alignment we are that is shown in this diagram. And later on we will discuss how this what are the adverse effects of the misalignment in the case of electrical machine. So the this above is called the alignment, and the next topic that you will be able to see how to make an alignment and consequence when the axes are not aligned, and what will be the adverse effect of the alignment. So let us discuss in detail what is an alignment, what are the adverse effect of the alignment for the driving machine and the driven machine. So in the slide, the alignment in the alignment of the electrical machine. Basically, electrical machine converts the electrical energy into the mechanical energy. This is the working principle of any electric motor. So as we give the electrical supply as an input of electrical machine, and we will get a mechanical motion at the shaft. So that is what the mechanical energy is, and vice versa. And if we give mechanical motion to the shaft, we will get the electrical output in the terminal box of the electrical machine. So yes, that work as a this machine works as a vice versa. So in this setup, driven machine works as a load. So we are the machine which is driving with the help of the the machine which is connected on the shaft of electrical machine. So that will become a load of that machine. So driven machine works as a load on a driving machine, and it is essential to transformation of the power can be made properly. So what we are transforming the mechanical power which is generated at the on the shaft of the electrical motor, and that we are transferring to the driven machine, and it is a process, and this process is called the alignment. So a proper transmission of the power from one machine to other machine if will take place if the alignment between that two machine is proper. Then transmission of the power from one machine to other machine is done by two methods. Basically we are having two methods. So the methods are, one method is two machines are coupled together such that the center lines of the axis both the machines remain in one line. As we have seen in the previous slide, the mechanical coupling between the driving machine and the driven machine, and it is possible only when both the machines are nearer. Means both machines are nearer, then we can make a electrical coupling between the machine, and that would be possible only when the two machines are at a same axis and both are near to each other. And in the second method, the machine are kept such that, and in the second method the machines are kept such that the axis of both the machines remain parallel to each other. Like we are giving the output of the machine to other machine with the help of any drive. So the power can be transmitted using rope and pulley or gears. So that we have often seen in the, say, electrical floor mill, floor mill, where we go to to crush our grains. So the power can be transmitted using the rope and pulley or gears. That how that can be done, you can easily imagine or easily see through this below images. You can see that in this we are having, you can see that over here one is our driving mechanism. We are driving through this, and this is the second mechanism, which one is driven through this driving mechanism, and the rope which is connected over here. So we can lift, or we can leave the element, or we can leave the element, or we can say we can lift, or with the help of rope we can lift any load which we can connect on the shaft. So this is what the driving mechanism is. And the next is over here. You can see that the belt drive. In this we are having two pulleys, one is driver and second one is driven. So over here you can see that with the help of this driving mechanism, this pulley is driving, and both are connected with the help of belt. And this is what the rope drive. Over here you can see that the one machine which is driving this, and as it goes up, this the object which is connected with this pulley will get lifted lifted with the help of this machine. So this is what the transmission of the power using rope, pulley and gears. Now let us discuss the the adverse effect of misalignment. So what are the adverse effect of misalignment? Let us discuss in detail. So the adverse effect which are generated with the help of misalignment, which are shown below. So when the two machines are not aligned, it is called misalignment, and because of the misalignment, these are the adverse effect generated or created. So the first is the when the belt and pulley are used. So when we are having two we are having number of possibilities. We are as we are transmitting power from one machine to second machine. So here the first case we are considering, that is we are using a pulley, and when the belt and pulley both are used, then what will be the adverse effect? So let us discuss. So belt doesn't remain on the middle of the pulley, as both are misaligned. So due to the vibration, often we see that the belts will slide down, and the pulley at high speed, pulley runs at the high speed due to the sliding down of the belt. Now the second adverse effect is possibility of an accident due to the sliding of the belt. So yes, whenever the belt will get slide, so in the first case, only the pulley is rotated faster, just as the belt is get slided down from the driving mechanism. But in the case of sliding of the belt, there is a chances of an accident, the person who is standing near the setup. So there might be a chances of an accident due to the sliding of the belt. And the third adverse effect, that time wasted in the setting of the belt often. So yes, whenever the misalignment is there, belt often slided down, and due to that the time is been wasted to setting the belt down, so setting belt frequently. Now the fourth adverse effect when we use belt and pulley are bearing get worn. So yes, due to the misalignment of the driving and driven mechanism, and due to the misalignment, both will get vibrated, and due to that all the setup is rotating on the base of bearing. So bearing will get worn out, and earlier due to the excessive pressure on the side of the bearing. So yes, uneven pressure will get generated on the bearing, and that's why it will get worn out. So these are the adverse effect when we use the belt and pulley. And the next adverse effect that is generated, that is wastage of the power. So this is the most important in the case of electrical engineering. So due to the unwanted vibration, the alignment inside the machine will become poor, and due to that uneven magnetic pull will created, and due to that machine will not work efficiently, because as uneven magnetic pull is created, or we can say air gap between the stator and rotor is created due to the misalignment, the machine will draw a large power for the same work. And as the misalignment is there, so due to the vibration, the noise will also produce. So this is the case one where we use belt and pulley, and the second case B. So when gear or coupling is used, so yes, when we use the gear and coupling mechanism, and if there is a misalignment, then excessive vibration noise will produce. Due to the misalignment, both machine will get vibrated and noise will created or produced. Second is gears bearing become hot and worn out. So yes, as we use the gear mechanism, so due to the frequent vibration, the machine will get vibrated. Even the bearing becomes hot due to the uneven magnetic pull and uneven vibrations, and that's why the bearing will get worn out early inside the mechanism. So these are the adverse effect for the two cases. And in that case, the another adverse effect is foundation bolts get loosened, and due to the, as we already discussed, that if there is a misalignment, both the machine will get vibrated. So as both machine are placed on the concrete foundation, so due to the frequent vibration, this the bolting structure will get loosened. due to the vibration, and grip of the foundation on the machine becomes loose. So that's why the vibration noise will get increased, and warning out of the bearing also will take place early. And the bushings of the coupling get worn out also. The gaskets and the bushings that we have provided for the coupling will also get worn out due to the frequent vibration because of the misalignment. These are the some real time pictures which are shown over here. So as there is a misalignment between these two machines, so you can see that this is the concrete structure. The cracks are formed due to the vibration in this, you can see that. And this is the second picture of one out of the bearing. So this bearing is broken due to the uneven vibration and uneven magnetic pull, and due to the misalignment. So these are the adverse effect of the misalignment. Now let us discuss the steps for the to do the proper alignment of two shafts. So this is the procedure for alignment of shafts of electrical equipment. So let us discuss the steps for which followed in the alignment of two shafts. So yes, the first step is to the two machines are placed on the foundation with nuts are kept loose. So yes, we are doing the we are making the alignment between two machines. So we will simultaneously tightening the bolt one by one, and we will make an alignment. So the first step is to the two machines are placed on the foundation and with nuts are kept loose. Then after, the second point that we should follow, that axis of both the machine are set in one line in horizontal plane. So for that we can use the spirit level instrument for the to check the alignment between two machines. So this is how we can make the axis of the both the machines set in one line, so, on the horizontal plane. And the third point, that is the axis of both the machines are placed in one line in vertical plane. If the if required, then iron strip of the required thickness are inserted below the machine while carrying out the process of 2 and 3 above. So yes, according to the alignment, according to the requirement, we can use the strips, iron strips, for to make an alignment between two machines. And we can repeat the step number 2 and 3 until we get the proper alignment between the driving and the driven mechanism. Now the centering of the axis in height and side is done. So once this two has been done, the fifth step that we should follow is aligned is checked by repeating the 2 and 3 as mentioned above. So continuously we will do the trial and error method until we'll get an alignment between the driving and the driven mechanism, and till the point 5 we will get the horizontal alignment. Then after the point 6, that is step 4, is repeated if we doesn't get the proper alignment. And step after the 6 steps, the step 2 and 3 are represented one by one until the proper alignment is achieved. So this is how we can make the alignment of driving and the driven mechanism by following such steps. Also, paralleling of the axis in horizontal and vertical plane is checked in step number 2 and 3, which are shown above. This is how we can do the paralleling of the axis also. And if the two axes of the machines are to be set in parallel, then we need to repeat the step number 2 and 3 for the paralleling of the axis. So this is how we can do the procedure of the alignment of the shaft. This is we can say purely a mechanical work to make to prepare an alignment. But these are the step that we should check or we should repeat if we are not having a proper alignment between the driving and the driven mechanism. Otherwise, the adverse effect that we have discussed is happens, and we will not get a proper transformation of the power from one machine to other machine. And if we check it at the electrical side the power is been wasted, and machine will there might be a chances of burnout of the machine due to the misalignment between two. So this is how we can do the procedure of alignment for the shaft of the electrical equipments. So if you have any query or doubts related to this topic, then we can discuss our queries in our doubt solving session, and feel free to call me to solve your queries and doubt related to this topic. And we will discuss the next topic of this chapter in lecture number 5. So this is what for the lecture number 4. And thank you very much all. Thank you students. Jai Swaminarayan.